Dear HU International students, welcome to HU Family and Library Orientation Program. Let me introduce myself. My name is Selma Ahmet and I am head of the library. And now I would like to give you some brief information about our library facilities. Let's start. Dear students, during this presentation, I will give you some brief information about the library, but you don't have to understand all the things. No problem. Because whenever or wherever you need any information about the library, you have a problem, you can write us email. For this purpose, you can use these two email addresses. The first is library.notices@hu.edu.tr. The second one is kutupane@hu.edu.tr. You can also write your problem or question by using HU Support Center. If you want to use HU Support Center, you have to firstly visit our library webpage. This is our webpage address, library.hu.edu.tr. When you visit our library webpage, you can see the menu bar. This is our library webpage. There's a help menu. Under this menu, you can see Ask a Librarian section. When you click on this section, you can reach HU Support Center and write your problems or questions. Dear students, please don't hesitate to ask your questions or problems because we are here for helping you. Let's continue. During this presentation, we have three main parts. The first one is facilities of the library and how to borrow books. Second one is how can you search our sources and accessing them. The last one is about regulations of the library. Let's continue with the first part. Sources at HU Library. What we have in our library. We have 24,000 printed sources. They are mostly books. Yes. And also, we have electronic books, nearly the 14,000. We also have in our library DVDs. These are movies, documentaries, and some language learning DVDs. The last one, databases. I think this is the most important part of our library sources, our library collections. A database means sources of thousands of academic books, academic journals, millions of academic articles at and online platforms. Our library, HU Library, subscribe 35 different databases. So, by the subscriptions, you can reach more than 33,000 different academic electronic journals and also 2,036 electronic books and millions of articles. All of them are academic sources. This is a huge amount of sources. So I think you can find whenever or whatever have a question in this databases. Whatever you search, I think you can find these databases. Borrowing and returning for printed books. You can borrow maximum 3 books at the same time. And long period of the borrowed books is 30 days. We also have dictionaries and some reserved sources, like theses. And these sources can only be used in the library. You can borrow books with HU student card. Your HU identity cards or student card may use the same as the library card. So you can borrow books from the library by use this card. Other facilities you can use in the library. In our library, we have computers. We have 15 computers in our library. And if you need to use computer, you can visit the library, and if it's free, you can use the computer. Library hours. Now, our library opens weekdays from 9 to 6 p.m. Because of the pandemic, at weekends, library is closed. Searching materials. We have some sources, but how you can search these materials and find what are you searching? For this purpose, you have to use our library webpage again. www.library.hu.edu.tr. This is our library webpage. When you visit our library webpage, you can see on the left there are two sections. One is catalog, the other is search. If you looking for a printed book, you have to use catalog sections. But if you searching an electronic source, an electronic journal, electronic article, electronic book, you have to use search section. Electronic sources can be used out of the campus. To access our databases and electronic sources from anywhere, you have to apply proxy settings on your computer. In our library webpage, again, on the menu bar, this is database section, and at the end of the list, you can see off-campus access. When you click on this section, you can see how to make proxy settings to your computer. We try to explain it, how to make off-campus access. Log into the library account. Dear student, you all have library accounts. To reach your library account, this is our library web page again. On the right of the page, right top on the page, you can see my accounts section, and click on this. And this page will open, and user ID and PIN. You have to enter this user ID and PIN. User ID, your user ID, identity number, your Turkish identity number, and your password is your student ID. When you enter these numbers, you can reach your library account, user account. So what can you do with your user account? Let's look. With your user account, you want new materials. You can search library catalogs. You can see new arrivals. You can see your account. You can check the books you borrowed. You can extend the borrowing period without coming to the library. If the book you requested is borrowed, you can reserve it by using your account. And the last section, library regulations. Because of the pandemic, users must wear masks in the library, and your phones must be turned off in silent mode or in silent mode. No food or drink other than bottled water may be brought into the library, and users are requested to work in silence. And users are advised to leave books on desks instead of attempting to place them on shelves. None of the materials can be taken out without necessary processing. Dear students, we wish you a healthy and successful new academic year. Thank you for your participation.